Funan, the first maritime kingdom of Southeast Asia, unveiling a lost empire. Imagine a time long before the Angkor Wat rose majestically from the Cambodian plains. In the verdant delta of the Mekong River, an extraordinary civilization flourished, a powerful kingdom whose very name evokes whispers of forgotten trade routes and ancient maritime might. This was Funan, often hailed as the first true maritime kingdom of Southeast Asia. What do we truly know about this legendary kingdom? Where did it come from? How did it rise to such prominence? And why did it eventually fade? Join us as we journey back in time to unravel the mysteries of Funan, exploring its origins, its incredible economic power, its cultural legacy, and its enduring impact on the shaping of Southeast Asia. Chapter 1. The Genesis of a Kingdom. Our story begins in the 1st century CE, in the fertile lowlands of what is now southern Vietnam and Cambodia. This region, crisscrossed by rivers and blessed with access to the sea, was ideally situated for agriculture and, crucially, for trade. Funan's very geography dictated its destiny. It would be a maritime power. Early accounts of Funan come primarily from Chinese historical records. These texts describe a land initially inhabited by local tribes, ripe for the emergence of a centralized authority. The most enduring origin myth of Funan speaks of a Brahmin named Kaundinya from India, who sailed to Funan. There, he encountered a local queen, Soma, a Naga princess. Through a symbolic encounter, Kaundinya and Soma are said to have married, uniting Indian cultural and religious influence with indigenous power. This legend underscores a critical truth. Funan was a melting pot, embracing external influences from India, which brought systems of writing, religion, law, and statecraft. This cultural synthesis was a hallmark of Funan and a key to its success. Chapter 2. The Economic Engine. Trade and Maritime Prowess. What truly set Funan apart was its unparalleled control over maritime trade. Located strategically on the trans-peninsular trade routes, Funan became a vital intermediary between the colossal empires of China and India. Before sophisticated navigation techniques allowed direct sailing through the treacherous Malacca Strait, ships traveling between India and China often preferred to break their journey. Funan, with its deep-water ports like Ak-Eo, offered an ideal alternative, a safe harbor and a convenient hub for transshipment. Archaeological excavations at sites like Ak-Eo have provided astonishing evidence of Funan's immense wealth and cosmopolitan nature. Here, archaeologists have unearthed a treasure trove of artifacts, Roman coins from the 2nd century CE, exquisite Indian jewelry, Persian glass, Chinese ceramics, and intricate local handicrafts. This diverse array of goods paints a vivid picture of a bustling international port, a true crossroads of ancient civilizations. Funan's merchants were not merely passive recipients of goods, they were active participants. They commanded a formidable fleet of ships, capable of undertaking long-distance voyages across the Bay of Bengal to India and across the South China Sea to China. Their expertise in navigation, shipbuilding, and seamanship was renowned. Chapter 3. Society, Culture, and Religion. Funan developed a complex society and a vibrant culture. The dominant religious influence in Funan was Hinduism, particularly the worship of Vishnu and Shiva. Inscriptions found on steles in the region attest to the presence of Sanskrit and Hindu rituals. Later, Buddhism also found its way into Funan, coexisting with Hindu practices. The adoption of Sanskrit, the classical language of India, was a significant development. It became the language of the elite, used in inscriptions and for religious texts, further solidifying the cultural ties with India. Funan integrated these elements, adapting them to their own indigenous beliefs, creating a uniquely Funanese cultural identity. Funanese society was likely stratified. Their cities were centers of administration, trade, and religious life. Furthermore, Funan developed sophisticated hydraulic engineering. They understood the importance of managing water resources in their deltaic environment, building intricate systems of canals for irrigation and transportation. This advanced infrastructure not only supported their agriculture, but also facilitated internal trade and communication. Chapter 4. The Apex of Power and the Seeds of Decline. For several centuries, from the 1st to the 6th century CE, Funan stood as the undisputed hegemon of maritime Southeast Asia. Its influence extended beyond its direct territorial control, as neighboring states paid tribute or acknowledged its suzerainty. Chinese records speak of Funanese embassies regularly visiting the Chinese imperial court. However, like all great empires, Funan's dominance was not eternal. By the 6th century CE, signs of decline began to emerge. One significant theory points to the rise of new rival powers. From the north, a new kingdom, Chenla, began to assert its independence and expand its territory. Chenla, a land-based power, steadily encroached upon Funan's northern frontiers, eventually weakening its control over the vital inland areas. Another crucial factor was the changing dynamics of maritime trade. As shipbuilding and navigation techniques improved, direct sailing through the Malacca Strait became more feasible, potentially reducing the need for Funan as a primary transshipment hub. By the mid-7th century, Funan had largely faded from the historical record, its territories absorbed by Chenla. The once mighty maritime kingdom was now a memory, its legacy waiting to be rediscovered. Chapter 5. The enduring legacy of Funan. While the political entity of Funan may have vanished, its influence did not. Funan played a pivotal role in the Indianization of Southeast Asia, serving as a conduit for the transmission of Indian religious, linguistic, and political concepts. The cultural foundations laid by Funan were inherited and further developed by its successors. The emergence of the powerful Khmer Empire and the construction of Angkor Wat owe a significant debt to the earlier state-building and cultural assimilation that occurred in Funan. Architectural styles, religious practices, and administrative structures seen in later Southeast Asian kingdoms can often trace their roots back to Funan. Funan's pioneering role as a maritime trading power set a precedent for centuries of Southeast Asian economic activity. It demonstrated the immense potential of connecting diverse regions through sea lanes. The very concept of Southeast Asia as a crossroads of civilizations finds its earliest and most profound expression in the story of Funan, a kingdom rediscovered. Funan, the first maritime kingdom of Southeast Asia, was not just a fleeting moment in history. It was a foundational civilization, a powerful force that shaped the geopolitical landscape, economic networks, and cultural identity of a vast and vibrant region. Its story is a testament to the ingenuity, resilience, and interconnectedness of ancient peoples. By rediscovering Funan, we gain a deeper appreciation for the rich and intricate tapestry of Southeast Asian history, a story that continues to unfold with every new archaeological find. The whispers of this lost empire remind us that the past holds countless lessons waiting to be heard.